Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week, get everything you need to know in 90 seconds to 9 o'clock with news of sharp adjustments in some foreign housing markets. But first, in the US, it is the same old story, underwhelming results. American factory output fell unexpectedly in May from April on a broad decline in production, including the production of cars. Capacity utilization also slipped, but both measures are higher than the same month a year ago. Still, the results were under market expectations. And the rate of unemployment claims also came in under expectations, even though they improved marginally. The problem is that this is the strongest part of the annual cycle, and weakness now can be telling. Both of today's data cast a shadow over the American economy's rebound from a slowish start to the year. In Canada, sales of existing homes fell sharply in May from the prior month, recording the biggest month-on-month decline in nearly 5 years. This follows Ontario's changes that appear to have squelched speculation and rapid price gains in the Toronto market. National sales volumes were 1.6% lower than the same month a year ago. The national average price was up 4.3% year on year, but 5.1% down on the previous month. However, the average May price is still the third highest ever and is driven by Vancouver and Toronto markets, where volumes are sharply lower, but prices are staying stubbornly high. But the Canadian drop is nothing like the drop in Singapore, where new residential sales volumes were down 34% in May from April. Some existing units also fell, but a more modest 0.8%. No price data was released there, however. In China, the Export-Import Bank says that its outstanding loans for its Belt and Road Initiative were more than $125 billion at the end of March, in support of more than 1,200 projects. In Australia, the unemployment rate has fallen to its lowest level in 4 years after the biggest rise in a decade of the number of hours worked by Aussies. The data showed the strong jobs creation was in full-time employment, with 52,000 full-time positions added in the economy, while 10,000 part-time positions fell away. In New York, the US Treasury 10-year yield ground out a small gain to 2.16%. Local swap rates will open lower today, and they're lowest since November last year after yesterday's shift lower. The price of oil has slipped again, is now just under $44.50 a barrel, while the Brent benchmark is now just under $47. That makes them at 6-month lows. Production rises are causing the glut. And the price of gold is down sharply, now at $1,253 an ounce, a $14 drop. The Kiwi dollar is now just a little lower this morning, actually fairly resilient after yesterday's underwhelming GDP data. It's now at 72 US cents, and on the cross rates we're at 95.1 Aussie cents and 64.6 Euro cents. The TWI is at 76.4. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.